This is Aussie Mac Zone. We'll cover everything Apple, including Macs, iPhones, iPads, and more. All this from an Aussie perspective. Sit back, relax, and insert yourself into the zone. The Aussie Mac Zone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Take 2, episode 402 of Aussie Mac Zone. How you going, Zarn?
Good, Michael. How are you?
Good. I don't know what happened to the camera, original camera. Just decided to stop playing with me. So, and it was too hard to set the Logitech one up, so I've just stuck my phone up there. So,
excellent. Well, it's clear.
Are you all right?
I am.
Excellent. So, Take 2 starts of our Aussie Apple ramblings. Money, money, money. Apple reports first quarter results. Revenue up 11% to an all-time record. iPhone, Mac, wearables, and services revenue each reach all-time highs. Apple last Thursday announced financial results for its fiscal 2022 first quarter, ended December 25. The company posted an all-time revenue record of $123.9 billion, up 11% since last year, and quarterly earnings were diluted share of $2.10. Now, this quarter's record results were made possible by our most innovative lineup of products and services ever, said Tim Cook. We are gratified to see the response from customers around the world at a time when staying connected has never been more important. We are doing all we can to help build a better world, making progress toward our goal of becoming carbon neutral across our supply chain and products by 2030. I'm sure they're way in front of that. And pushing forward with our work in education and racial equality and justice. The very strong response to our recent launch of new products and services drove double-digit growth in revenue and earnings and helped set an all-time high for our installed base of active devices, said Luca Maestri, Apple's CFO. These record operating results allowed us to return nearly $27 billion to shareholders during the first quarter as we maintain our target of reaching a net cash neutral position over time. Massive amounts of money. Massive amounts of money.
It's a huge amount of money.
I know.
Right. And they were worried about this quarter.
Yeah. And it's just like everybody's still buying stuff. The only thing that didn't have growth was iPads. It's the only thing that didn't have growth. And I think...
had growth, it just didn't have as much.
Yes, yeah. So, story 2, because that's a continue-on of story 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Yep. Story 2. Every record has been broken.
Yes.
MacWeb reports. So most revenue in a quarter ever, biggest profit ever. But if you're looking for places to find a weakness in the purring machine that is Apple Inc., you're going to be hard pressed to find one. Apple's strength across every geographic segment. What's more, Apple's quarter happened with one hand tied behind its back. 3 months ago, the company warned that due to supply chain issues, it would probably miss about $6 billion in sales during that quarter.
Yeah.
This was an all-time record for Apple, nearly $124 billion in revenue. And yet, according to Apple CEO Tim Cook, it should have been more like $130 billion.
Yeah. $6 billion short.
Yeah. If there was a weak spot in the results, it was the iPads. Sales were down slightly, but Apple laid the blame squarely at the problem it had with the supply chain.
Yeah.
When Tim was asked by analyst Kyle McNeely on a post-result conference call, and if Apple had prioritized building more iPhones rather than iPads during the quarter, Cook said it wasn't that simple. if you look at the commonality between different products, there is some, but it's much more focused on the supplier than anything else, Cook said. There is some of that, but largely we have to take it wherever the shortages are. I read Cook's answer and admitting that, yes, perhaps Apple had some control of what goes where in terms of prioritizing iPhones over iPads, but in large part of what hit the iPad was the iPad uses a certain kind of certain kinds of parts that were hit by the same chip shortage that's hitting manufacturers all over the world. Apple said it would happen, and it did. Many people ordered iPads in the fall and didn't get them until this month. The two big numbers. The first of these is the size of Apple's installed base.
Yeah.
This is the number of Apple's devices in use at any given time, not just the stuff sold in the last 3 months, but every single device in use. If you have a kid, if you've given your kids an old iPhone and buy a new one, the install base just went up by 1. Apple's active install base of devices is now at 1.8 billion, a new record on the way to cool 2 billion. It's so close.
Yeah.
And according to Mazzardi, is that right? Is that how I say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, is growing everywhere. An all-time record in each major product category and in each graphic segment. Unless Ben Bajaran speculated that there are probably 120 million active Macs in the install base, and when Apple crows about how many purchases of a product had brought one, that's because the purchases contribute directly to the growth of the install base. For the record, Apple says half of all iPad purchases and 2/3 of Apple Watch purchases in the quarter were by people who were new to Apple. And 60% of the new Macs sold in China were to first-time Mac buyers.
That's a lot.
It is 60%.
It's a lot.
It's huge. The second big number that isn't directly about money is subscribers. Apple says now it has 785 million paid subscriptions on its platform, up 27% in 12 months. Now, those obviously aren't just subscriptions to Apple TV Plus. Subscriptions also include every subscription that's controlled by the Apple Store. So for example, my subscription to Carrot Weather is one of those subscriptions, but still Apple takes a chunk of that money and counts it as its own. Now, there's more in our notes. If you want to find out more about that, I suggest you do. It's absolutely fascinating. The fact that 60%, just in China, right, 60% of the people buying Macs were new users.
Yep.
New users. It's showing yes, it's taken Apple longer to get to where your basic laptop and PC and stuff like that was doing, only at gaming. I'm only talking about gaming here.
Yeah.
But you can do it now. You can. You can play Fortnite on it. Well, you can't anymore. But you could play Fortnite on it, and stuff like that. But you with your Apple Arcade and things like that, they've got games on there that are video game quality.
Yeah.
110% video game quality. Yes, they've got your little solitaires, and they've got the game I'm going to talk about today on there as well. But there's also an array of games on there, like the Galaga that we talked about last week. It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal game. It's so good, and it brings you back to two, and it's the reason they call it arcade instead of play or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
The reason they call it arcade because they're taking you back to those arcade days, with Galaga and then these sorts of games, and not only bringing a new generation to play that sort of game because the graphics and everything like that are way better, but also oldies like me that have that nostalgia for playing the original and things like that. So you can see why their profits are up. I understand why they've got so many more subscriptions, new users, and everything like that, because the quality of their products are just,
Yeah, well, as your install base goes up and up and up, and then Dad may not have had a subscription on anything, pardon me, but he's now given his old phone to his son. His son or daughter want to play a game.
Yep.
Away you go. Yeah.
And
he figures, it's cheaper to do Apple. It's cheaper to do Apple Arcade than it is to pay for every game.
Yeah.
So
and not just that, so instead of getting the single subscription, you might have more than one kid, or you go, I'm going to get the Apple Arcade, and you have a look at the games, and you think, I want to go a couple of these. Yeah. So you get the family subscription, which is only a couple bucks more. And so you get the family subscription, and now there's not only one subscription, there's three. So
adds up pretty quick. Yeah,
certainly does.
So Apple launches a new personal safety user guide, blah blah blah, amid AirTag concerns and more. 9 to 5 Mac reports Apple has launched a new personal safety user guide that aggregates details and support documents that can help users when your personal safety is at risk. The launch of this dedicated hub comes after Apple published an initial round of support resources a year ago. And as concerns around AirTag safety and stalking continue to mount, Apple explains that the purpose of the new personal safety user guide is to offer strategies and solutions to help you regain control if you're concerned someone has unauthorized access to your device or account. Apple makes it easy to connect with the people closest to you while helping you stay away of what you're sharing and with whom. If you gave someone access to your personal information and no longer want to, or if you're concerned that someone had access to your device or accounts and made changes without your permission, this guide offers strategies and solutions to help you regain control. The new personal safety hub is split into multiple different sections, ranging from ways to take action if you're in danger, to keeping your information safe with strong password and security strategies. The review and take action guide is particularly important, and here are tips and tricks detailed in this guide and part of the user guide. So you've got manage sharing settings, block unknown sign-in attempts, document suspicious activity with a screenshot or video, share or stop sharing your location, stay safe with AirTag and other Find My accessories, store your data securely in iCloud, how to control who can access your location, or delete suspicious content from your devices. You can manage family sharing setting, avoid fraudulent requests to share info, securely control your home accessories, how to erase all content and settings, or restore the data you backed up. Now, one of the most notable new guides here is the one focused on how to stay safe with AirTag and other Find My accessories, Apple explains. Both AirTag and Find My Network are designed with privacy at the core. AirTag and Find My Network accessories have unique Bluetooth identifiers that change frequently. To discourage unwanted tracking, Find My notifies you if an unknown AirTag or other Find My accessory is seen moving with you over time by sending you the message, item detected near you. This feature is available on iPhone, iPad, iPod, and iPod Touch running iOS 14.5 or iPad OS 14.5. If you see this message on your device, an AirTag or other Find My accessory has been separated from the person who registered it is traveling with you, and the owner might be able to see its location. So if I have a tag and I drop it in the back seat and then my wife drives away, I can track where she is. But after a period of time, it'll actually come up and say, this tag is traveling with you. It's possible that the AirTag might be attached to an item you are borrowing, because swapping cars, when you register one tag with one person with the other, and then you swap cars for a day or a week. Apple also includes specific checklists that people can access for sharing location with other users via the Find My app. Now, what to do if you think someone might have access to your device or accounts, or how to stop sharing your location with people and apps you previously shared with, how to stop sharing with someone you previously shared with, and more at the 9 to 5 link in the show notes. And yes, it's heavy, but it has to be. Your personal safety is heavy.
It is, and it should be.
Yes.
Absolutely. Really good. And Kellyanne has an Apple tag, as you know. And I use her car all the time. Kids' car seats are in her car.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been running around in her car doing all the kid stuff. And then Kel took her car for work last night, and it came up and said, Kellyanne is this far away with her tag. Did you know that? And I'm like, I'm aware of that. It's not my tag.
Yeah, well, I swapped cars the other day, and it told me I'd driven about 400 metres down the road, and it told me I'd left my car keys behind, because it was the other car that I'd left behind.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, and so it told me where the car. I've been using the car that much. It told me where the car keys were and how far away they were. Because I've been using that much in the last 2 weeks. Yeah. I just thought that was funny, and it was really cool.
So,
44.
tvOS and HomePod updates.
Yep. This is really cool too.
Yeah.
Bear with me. I'm sorry, guys. Apple releases tvOS 15.3 and HomePod 15.3, enabling multi-user voice recognition in more countries. 9 to 5 Mac, again, 6 weeks after its major software update, Apple is now releasing tvOS 15.3 and HomePod 15.3 to all users. With these versions, the company is enabling multi-user... Oh, come back for a sec.
Yeah, hang
on. Multi-user, where am I? Voice recognition in more countries to its smart home.
Yep.
I've got my remote with me because I was watching TV earlier, and I just walk around with it and put it down in stupid places, and I can't find it. It needs its own name.
Know that feeling.
Yeah. As noted by 9 to 5 Mac reader Domenico Panacessa, the latest home edit. I am so sorry, Domenico, or whatever your name is, because I'm pretty sure I murdered that. The last HomePod software update enabled multi-user support for users with Siri configured in Italian and also English spoken in India. The release notes also mention overall improvements made to software, as you can read below. Software version 3.0 adds Siri voice recognition support for up to 6 users in a home in English, India, and Italian, Italy. This update also includes performance and stability improvements, multi-user support with added to HomePod in 2019 with the release of iOS 13. With this feature enabling Siri is able to learn and identify the voice of different people so they can make personal requests based on their own data. HomePod multi-user feature works with up to 6 different people and lets them access their own playlists, messages, and calendar for the same HomePod or HomePod Mini. HomePod Mini was officially launched in India and Italy in November last year. Back in December 2021, Apple added support for Dutch and Russian languages to Siri on the HomePod, even though the product is still unavailable in the Netherlands and Russia. Apart from that, these new operating systems bring, I suppose, people that speak that language at home, would prefer probably to speak that language at home instead of they're speaking English to it. So I understand that. That's cool. Apart from that, these new operating systems bring overall improvements and bug fixes. It's also important to note that Apple is also rolling out iOS 15.3 and watchOS 8.4 to all users.
Yes, important to know that. So,
more in our notes.
Yeah, so lots of really good upgrades.
Yeah.
And it's important that we keep expanding in different languages. That keeps everybody happy. Yeah. And, so it's very good to see the upgrades still rolling out, and they're actually working all the time to keep more people happy. Mm-hmm. Now, IT Help to You, which is me, that's my company, and we fix stuff. We fix Apple stuff, computers, we support Apple computers. So if you got anything, just send us an email. We've had a couple lately, so send us some more, and we'll help as much as we can. Because we're getting requests from interstate asking questions, and we just try and direct you to the right person or the right Apple support page, or there's lots of that. And I know machines are older now, but for example, 2016 MacBook Pros are still covered by extended warranties for Apple, and people don't know that, so they take it to say a PC repair shop, and they just charge them, $700 or $800 to change a display that's not working properly. Yeah. When Apple will do it for nothing. So not because it's been dropped, but just because there's an issue with them, for example. So, and keyboards, there's still known issues with the keyboards, and they're still covered under extended warranties. So, please keep that in mind. And what else we got next? Some gaming.
So this week I played Hidden Folks.
Hidden Folks Plus.
Hidden Folks Plus, sorry.
Yeah, because Hidden Folks Plus is the arcade version, the Apple Arcade version. There is Hidden Folks in the App Store as well.
Yeah, but Hidden Folks Plus, it's hilarious. So it's, as you can see the picture on the screen, it's crudely drawn, black and white pictures, and you've got to find an array of creatures, people, fruit in these pictures. And at the moment, I'm actually on that one on the screen right now, and I've got everything except for one thing. I think it's a lizard looking on as someone tries to catch a butterfly. Yeah. And I think there's about 13 things that I have to find. And that's the last one, and I'm having trouble finding it, but I've got the rest. So, and I really enjoy the puzzle, find the things, and that is what makes your brain work. And anything that's, making your brain work and, making you think is good brain health.
And the still picture doesn't do it justice, because there's lots of things moving, and
that's right.
with that picture you're looking at, there's lots of things moving on that picture.
And that's only that picture there too is only very small amount of what is going on in that picture. That picture is huge. You literally have to scroll around the screen to look at that whole picture while you're playing and then find everything. And so, but it's just so much fun. It's a really cool little brain teaser, because you've really got to think, you've really got to use your eyes, you've really, it's slow moving, you're spreading things out, you're looking in, you're tapping, it's got all the right things for a brain teaser. So, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to give it a 4 apples out of 5.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. Entertainment.
So, my wife and I have been enjoying the after party on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, I haven't started that
yet. It is a light-hearted, funny look at a bad event, and it's well worth a look. Right? So, yes, it's about someone dying.
Yep.
And a police investigation, but it's not. It's not. It's not. What are this? CSI, and it's not. Yeah. It's not Vera or. Yeah.
You watched Knives Out, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so similar to that.
Yeah, and it's excellent. It's excellent. Yeah. It's just about. Each episode is one person being interviewed while some other things are happening in the background. And the interview is still happening at the night of the party. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So,
yeah,
very, that's, the second episode was basically a musical, for example. One guy singing all the time. Like,
cool.
So, yeah, very, very different and a good laugh. Yeah. Now, Apple TV Plus releases trailer for The Sky is Everywhere, premiering on Valentine's Day weekend. 9 to 5 Mac again. Apple streaming service Apple TV has released the official trailer for its next movie premiere, The Sky is Everywhere, an adaptation of the YA novel by Jandy Nelson. The film is an emotional love story, hence it is fitting that it arrives on Valentine's Day weekend, streaming from Feb 11 on Apple TV+. The film centres on 17-year-old Lenny Walker, played by Grace Kaufman, who is overwhelmed with grief following the loss of her sister Bailey. She is inspired by a burgeoning new relationship with a musician, played by Jakes Coleman, to write a song of her own. Jason Segel and Cherry Jones round out the top-of-the-line cast. Now, There's a link to the trailer in the show notes and a link to the story, of course. Yeah. Now, we've also got to remind you about Blue Ocean web hosting. So, yes, don't forget, Blue Hosting, web hosting, does web hosting. You've got a starter, a business, or a business plus package. You've also got domain names. So register and transfer domain names. All you need to be online with your own website and personal emails is here. Real-time search and registration. Popular extensions available. Like you've got .fm or .media or .picture, or there's so many now. And also, if you're looking forward to being a photographer in a few years' time, like you're at school and you want to be a photographer, get johnsmith.photos, for example. So, register, transfer, or renew now. And importantly, these days, you've got the SSL certificates, which prove who you are on the web to people. And the other thing it stops is I get heaps and heaps of, going back to domain names, I get heaps of emails from, do you want to improve your website or upgrade your website? I'm here to help you, joeblow@gmail.com. So as far as I'm concerned, if they haven't got their own domain name when they're trying to sell me something, they're a scam. So I'm very cautious like that. So remember, it's for any business, micro business, small business, medium, email only, DNS only. Yeah. And that way it takes the DNS from people like GoDaddy and that sort of thing that can track information about you. So, yes, don't forget Blue Ocean Web Hosting. Yeah. Now, go for it, young Zarn. You still there? Have I lost you? Hang on. I'm back. Young Zarn, you're on mute.
That was me, sorry. Yeah, I was sorry. I was talking to Mason.
Yeah.
I'm the only one home. And he was having a hard time. By the way, guys, I'm eating. You can see me eating. I'm eating the Scotch finger biscuits. Aren't Scotch biscuits? Not a paid thing, but I love them.
Go on. Stop eating, start talking.
Okay, 2 seconds. I've got to find it. There it is.
Apple celebrates
Heart Month with new resources across services. New Apple Watch activity, challenge, and lifestyle insight from the Apple Heart and Movement Study. To help Apple Watch users stay motivated, Apple is offering a new Heart Month activity challenge to help people of all fitness levels put their health first by completing 30 minutes of their exercise ring on February 14th to earn a special award. Also, starting February 14th, to help users earn the award and stay active, Fitness Plus will feature a special section of 30-minute energizing workouts that will motivate users to get their weekly minutes of exercise. More in the notes. That's pretty cool.
Yes. You got that. So, yeah. And it's all about getting awards for doing things, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is important to note that. And, yeah, Apple is on Apple's website. You can actually learn about, because they've been with one of the university hospitals over there.
Yep.
They've been doing lots and lots of tests for where anybody could just register with their Apple Watch, and it'd track their heart information and just go up totally anonymously. And you think, when 1,000 people are giving information as opposed to 100,000 pieces, you can see a lot more variations about what can be real or not real. So, yeah, just that sort of thing is astounding. Now, this hidden Apple Watch feature will make our life a lot easier. Tom's guide helps us with how to blink your iPhone's flashlight with your Apple Watch. So this is when you're trying to find stuff and it's in the dark and you don't want to turn all the lights on and you can hear it pinging, but you don't know whether it's under the chair or wherever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one is swipe up your Apple Watch's home screen to open the control center. Look for the ping iPhone button. It's an icon on your phone with curved lines on both sides. Instead of just pressing it, which pings it for like 5 seconds, pings your phone for like 5 seconds, press and hold the ping iPhone button and your iPhone's alarm will trigger and your flashlight will be flicking. So keep going until you found your phone. It's that simple, and it's just makes life so much easier in the dark trying to find something. You might have dropped down somewhere in the picture theatre, for example. So, yeah, You just hold it for a longer
That's
period
cool.
of time than you normally would. It's that simple. Yes, your turn, my friend.
Select multiple messages or emails at once. News.com.au helps us. Does your iMessage or mail inbox need a cleanup? You can quickly select multiple messages at once without tapping on each one. To do that, open up your inbox and place 2 fingers on the display, drag down to select message and release to stop. You can then choose to delete them, mark them as read, file them away in a folder, and more. Other iMessage tricks. There's a neat trick that lets you send weird animations to your mate's iPhone. All you need to do is send someone a select code word over iMessage to activate each effect. Sending pew pew, for instance,
You got it right.
will trigger a laser effect, while happy birthday will make balloons float up from the bottom of your mate's screen. No, that one. When January rolls around, fireworks will burst across the message if you wish someone Happy New Year and stuff like that. I didn't know about the pew pew one, but I knew about the other ones.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. Yeah. So, staying safe. Apple released Mac OS 12.2 with patches for 13 major security issues covering root privileges, Safari, iCloud, and more. Also, iOS 15.3 with patches for 10 major security issues covering root privileges, Safari, iCloud, and more. So please update. Tell your family and friends. Get them to update. These ones are very, very important.
Yeah. How to turn on and access your app privacy report in iOS 15. You might want to know how often apps are accessing your data. Mashable, he's us this time. What? Sorry, one moment.
Helps us this time. Young Mason. Hello, young Mason. How are you, buddy? Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right. Helps us. Mashable helps us this time.
Oh,
I've got a typo in the notes, everybody.
Helps this time. We're all aware that this is what happens when you don't read the notes before you come on air. We're all aware that our apps are collecting our personal data, but wouldn't you like to know just how often they're peeping in? Apple's new app privacy report included in iOS 15 creates a summary of all the times your installed apps have collected your data over this period of 7 days. Adrian. 2 seconds. Sorry.
So, you might want to know how often apps are accessing your data. Mashable helps us out this time. There we go. We are all aware that our apps are collecting our personal information, but wouldn't you like to know just who is peeping in and when? Apple's new app privacy report, included in iOS 15, creates a summary of all the times your installed apps have collected your data over a 7-day period. This report includes information regarding access to your location, your microphones, your photos, and your contacts. It also displays any third-party domains your apps may be contacting, so you know where your data could end up. So that's, for example, if if I'm asking a question and then it sends information to Amazon, for example, just as an example. I don't know who's doing that, but that's an example.
Yep.
Now, the setting is a little hidden away in iOS 15, which officially launched September 2021. So if you want to turn the summary option on, follow along with the guide. Open your settings and scroll down to privacy. Tap record app activity at the bottom of the privacy menu. Toggle record app activity on. Download your app privacy report. And there's more pics on explaining how to do it at the Mashable link in the show notes.
Awesome. Sorry.
Yeah. Anything else, my friend? That's all right. That's all right. It's all part of the fun.
I said I'm the only one home in his school clothes, and he wanted to get changed. And he couldn't get his drawer open. Next thing, he got a big chest of drawers, and he was having trouble. So I had to go and help.
Must be all that money you got in there making it too heavy.
I know. So another one to sleep on the couch over there. The other one's fine. He's watching YouTube, so
excellent.
He's absolutely stoked to watch stuff about Minecraft.
Yeah. So anything else you got to?
That's me for this week.
Cool. Thanks to Blue Ocean Web Hosting.
Actually, I do. Sorry. Disney have just dropped a whole bunch of new TV series and things like that, so it's getting bigger and bigger all the time. If you like Supernatural and stuff like that, they've got one on there. It's Sleepy Hollow. It's a supernatural TV show. It's got your ghouls and your goblins and everything like that. It's very. I like it because I like that sort of stuff. It's very cool. It's what I've been watching. That and also a lot of gummy bears because the boys can't get enough of gummy bears, which I'm also fine with because I grew up with gummy bears and I'm happy my boys love that. So other than that, I'm pretty good. So
good. Yeah. So thanks to Blue Ocean Web Hosting.
Oh, we've already done Blue Ocean.
And IT Help for You, their support.
Oh,
don't forget the show notes link each week on the show upload. The link being AussieMacZone.com.au ANZ 402. There you'll see the last 6 weeks of show notes. Don't forget you can email us, Michael or Zarn, at AussieMacZone.com.au.
However, you like to pleasure your ears with our voices or your eyeballs, your earballs, however you like to get us into you. Please leave us a rating and, tell your friends, all that sort of stuff. As I say every week, we do the same for you.
That's right. And don't forget to tell your friends about us. Simple as that.
Yeah.
We'll send them a link. Share, hit that share button while you're listening to a podcast or whatever. Absolutely. But most importantly, thanks to our supporters, you, our listeners. Now over to Zarn for the big sign off.
Before I sign off,
our
Aussie Mac Zone TikTok will be up by the end of the week.
Okay.
I'm going to sort all that out and get that up so we can, do before and after show videos and, stuff while we're out. We might be at a Mac store or, somewhere else, the smaller, stores that are also, have Mac contracts and things like that. And so we can upload them to TikTok and do that stuff.
All right.
And they're just 15 seconds to 3-minute videos on what goes on when we're not here. So you might be interested. Yeah.
Go for it.
So guys, remember, an apple a day keeps the androids away. See you next week.
Thank you, everybody.